guys, welcome back to my channel. Long time no see. First of all, thank you so much for checking in on me and just to message me and see how things are going. Why haven't I been posting? Long story short, I'm not going to bore you with the details because I know you want to get into this makeup look, but I have to address it. So I've been doing YouTube now for 2.5 years and I have not missed 1 week. And I work a full-time job. I work 40+ hours a week. So when I film at the weekends, I edit at the weekends, I upload, blah, blah, blah. And honestly, this last couple of months has been so much going on. With work has been really busy. I've had some personal stuff going on. And honestly, I didn't want to film. I was overwhelmed. I needed a bit of a, I don't want to sound dramatic, like a mental health break. YouTube has always been a hobby for me, always, and I love it. I don't get paid for it apart from the AdSense people that, you know, on YouTube when you get views and stuff. I don't take paid promotions, none of that stuff. So this is just my hobby. I never want it to be a full-time job. And this was the one thing that if I was overwhelmed and something had to go for a little bit, this was going to be the thing. But I missed it, and I've had a holiday, which is what this video is all about, and I feel relaxed, I feel better, and I am now ready to film and give you guys some fresh content. I don't want to be fake. If I didn't want to film and I felt like I had to, trust me, you guys would know I'm the worst liar in the world. So anyway, without further ado, guys, let's talk about this video. So yesterday I got back from a week holiday in Norway, and my partner and I went on a road trip across Norway. We drove to the North Cape, and honestly it was one of the best holidays ever. And when I posted on my Instagram the makeup I'd bought with me, everyone was like, oh my god, give us a tutorial, show us, show us, show us. And this makeup, it's one of those things on holiday, especially a road trip holiday. I need stuff that is going to be reliable, that's going to last for hours, that's not going to crease, it's not going to get messy if it gets wind, rain, whatever thrown at it. So these are my tried and true products that I was able to pack and bring with me. I want to go through very quickly what I used on my hair and on my body and stuff before we get into the makeup side. So this is kind of what I did to my hair every day on holiday. I took my wet brush, my just flat wet brush, and that was it. I hoped there would be shampoo in the hotels, and there were. I bought some conditioner at the airport, just the mini ones, and luckily I got my favourite Elvive detangling conditioner. And I just used whatever was in the hotel, but for leave-on stuff, essentially I had to use my own things. So I bought the Sunshine Protect by Charles Worthington. It's like a UV filter for your hair. As my hair is grey-ish, I need to protect the greys because sun, we were going to the midnight sun in Norway. Sun is 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for like 4.5 months. So I had to protect my hair from the sun, and the UV, I'm sure, would be pretty high there. So I wanted to protect my hair. Then I decanted into a little pot. This is the Elvive Dream Length Super Blow Dry Cream, just on the mid-lengths to ends of my hair. This stuff is phenomenal. It's got vitamins and castor oil. It's a leave-in, nourishes lengths and ease blow dry up to 230 degrees, heat protector, and up to 72 hours shape memory for long blow dried hair. Now this is amazing, and with the hotels, I didn't bring a hairdryer. I was just hoping all the hotels had a hairdryer, and they did. And if they didn't, I took dry shampoo. And this stuff, because hairdryers in hotels generally are pretty crap, aren't they? You know the heat is going to be really freaking high. So I wanted to be able to protect my hair. So I swear by this. On holiday, not on holiday, whatever. I love it. And then as a body cream, I had a spare. And I say a spare, I had this in my collection without the shower gel. Let me just explain. This is the Elemis Warm Tonka and Vanilla Body Cream, and it's only 100 ml. So I thought this would last me a week, maybe more. I've still got, I can see in the light here, about this much left. So it's lasted me the whole week and some. So I'll just continue to use this now. And then as a perfume to complement that, I went with my favourite perfume in the world ever, which is the Jo Malone Vetiver and Golden Vanilla. And it's an intense cologne, which means it lasts ridiculously long length of time. And because it's got the vanilla in it, I thought it'd work well with the tonka in that. So, you know, going with that. Honestly, I sprayed this in the morning, didn't need to refresh all day. It's amazing. I've now got hardly any left, so I need to repurchase. And she's an expensive one. But this perfume, and I remember saying to you before on my favourites and stuff, this smells like a sexy bonfire. It's very masculine, it's very unisex, but it's very smoky. It's very, very nice. I was going to take my 910 by FM, which is the Barraca Rouge 5 out of 5 match, but my boyfriend hates it. And we're sitting next to each other in a car for hours every day. So, and same with Arabian's Tonka by Montal, which is the FM 975, which is what I'm wearing today. He hates it. It's very oody, to be fair. The Arabian's Tonka is very oody, and if you don't like oud, it's not going to be for you. So I was very considerate and I stuck to the Jo Malone, which he does like. And then on my nails, I have got on the OPI Coca-Cola Red. This is a Pantone match for the red of the Coca-Cola bottle. On my toes, I have neon pink. I'm not going to show you that, but I say pink because when I selected it at the salon, the colour that I got on my toes was the right colour, but it said neon pink on the, you know, the strip of nails they give you, and it didn't look pink to me, but I thought, whatever, I'll just go for it. And this is similar. And although this was not the holiday that I had to have my fingers and toes matching, my kind of weird OCD thing, I said it very, very lightly, I haven't got OCD, but, you know, I'm very particular. It would annoy me if I had really different fingers and toes, so that's what we went with. So, longest intro ever, guys, but thank you so much for sticking with me. I really, really, really hope you enjoy this makeup look. It might give you some tips and tricks when you go on holiday. The one tip and trick I will give you, I will now pan across my makeup bag. This makeup bag I got free from Look Fantastic, but you can buy them on Amazon, similar ones. I always have a makeup bag I can fold out. When I get to the location that I'm staying at, I open it up, fold it out. I take all of my brushes, I move them to one end of the bag, and then I use the other end just for the makeup. So then when you sit down and you go through it all, you haven't got to be rummaging around everything. You know that your makeup's in one side and your brushes are in the other. Lip products I tend to keep in my handbag. I also kept the Elephant palette, which is the Hourglass palette, in my bag with the double-ended brush in case we went out for dinner. I didn't have time to turn around my makeup. I just wanted to touch up on the go. This is this kind of holiday. This is not a relaxing by the pool kind of holiday. It's go, go, go. I've got 5 minutes to make myself look from awful to amazing in 5 minutes. So that was the kind of vibe we're going for. So enjoy, and I will see you next week for another video. Take care, guys. Let's go. So here we are. Skincare is down. I didn't bother showing you that because I always find it a bit boring. But all I used on holiday was the hyaluronic acid serum. I used my cleansing wipes to cleanse. I used the Elemis toner just to spritz on my face. And then I used the Kiehl's Ultra 24-hour moisturizer for day cream and night cream because I got a small size, well I say small, 28ml size in my advent calendar last year. So I kept all of my minis because I knew I'd be doing lots of traveling this year. So onto primer. I have 2/3. I have the Bobbi Brown SPF 50 primer, which is essential for sunny days, obviously. Then I decanted into this small Bobbi Brown pot, the Bobbi Brown Vitamin E face base, which it was in this originally anyway. It was a little pot that I got free with something. And then I obviously always use the Bobbi Brown vitamin enriched eye base on top of my eye cream because it's just the most hydrating thing ever. So on days we were just in the car, not really doing too much out and about, I used this one. The weather's a little bit cloudy today, so I'm just going to use this one today. So I tend to just dip my finger in like that, get like this much out. Just not too much, get a bit more. Because this base is so hydrating. The smell, it's just like citrus, it's gorgeous. And the base that it gives your makeup, it just makes everything sit so beautifully. And I bought this, I've been using it now probably for like a year. I got it after the Becca Backlit Primer got discontinued. That was my absolute favourite holy grail primer. But this, glad to say I've got it. I'm going to put the rest down my neck because waste not, want not. And then I go in with the Bobbi Brown eye base. This you don't need much at all, like this much on the end of your finger. Put it onto the ring finger. And just pat it in. And it just makes the lines less obvious, which these days we want, and it just adds a bit of extra hydration. Like, you can feel how hydrating it is. It's beautiful. Now on to the foundation and the base to cover all these little bits. I was really in two minds whether to bring this foundation because the bottle is glass and it's my favourite foundation, but when I looked at my other foundations, they all had glass bottles as well, and I wasn't about to go out and buy another foundation just for a 1 week holiday. That was silly. And then always my concealer. Now, I've been watching Michaela something on TikTok. Now, I've recently got into TikTok after slagging it off for years, and it's now like my favourite thing. And she puts her concealer on first and just kind of lets it dry down for a minute, and then puts her foundation over top. Now, I've always done it the other way around, but when I started doing this, actually it really worked. Now, what she does is she does her eye makeup first, which I don't do. But even just sort of setting this down for a minute, on holiday, I only used my beauty blender. I did take my Bobbi Brown full coverage brush, but honestly, when you haven't got much time to get ready in the mornings, like, well, I had the time, but I just didn't want to waste time doing makeup. Like, this holiday, as you've seen from some of the pictures, and as we go through, I will insert some like clips and things just to show you. I'm not going to bore you rigid with it, but it was, we basically drove across Norway and we did the North Cape. That was the kind of end goal of the holiday, was to go to the North Cape. And it honestly was like the most phenomenal thing. But because on a road trip you spend most of your time in the car, I just put 1.5 pumps of this foundation on. And then, like, so you're in a car a lot of the time. You don't really stop for like fancy dinners and things like that. What we did, we went to nice places, but I didn't take anything clothes wise that was like fancy. Normally, like, I'll take a nice couple of good American bodysuits and like some jeans and some heels. No, I literally packed my good American jeans, a backup pair of my those black M&S leggings, and I just bought, I looked at the weather in the places we were going and just bought tons and tons of like black t-shirts, long sleeve t-shirts. I bought a hoodie, my leather jacket. Like, it was not a very fashion forward holiday. I have my walking boots. I bought my red Gazelle trainers for like, just the days that we weren't doing any like major walking or anything like that. Now, I'm very much a city girl. I am not a hiker or a walker. I will insert a very short clip of me. If you don't follow me on Instagram, I suggest you do. I'll put it here. But basically, let me just give you some context. So we went to dinner we went to a place called Hammerfest in Norway. And Hammerfest, it is by far the most beautiful place I've ever seen in my life. But there is nothing there, nothing to do. People go there for the nature, right? So, sorry, can we just appreciate how well that worked with the concealer and the foundation over top. And this foundation is really glowy as well. It's gorgeous, and it's the Hourglass Ambient Soft Glow foundation. So we went to this restaurant. We had this lovely waitress. Everyone in Norway speaks English, which makes you feel like utter dog crap as an English person when you don't speak another language. And we said to her, like, what is there to do in Hammerfest? Like, what is there to do? And she was like, well, nothing. And she said, basically, there's this, I'm going to set with the collection Lasting Perfection banana powder, which is like a really nice yellow powder. It's £3, so I didn't want to spend loads of money, and I didn't want to take my expensive Laura Mercier one. So she was like, most people do this zigzag walk. The zigzag walk was an uphill small mountain, I'm gonna say. We'd had dinner and I'd had like 2 drinks, 2 glasses of wine or whatever. And she was like, yeah, most people just do that. Okay, fine. It's not long. It takes like half an hour. Okay, we'll do that. So we get there and I look up and I'm like, oh, that's all right. So I steam ahead at the top, right? And Stu, my partner, is like stopping halfway, getting his breath. And I'm like, ha ha ha, look at me, Jim Gubber, I can do this. I'm freaking amazing. And then when I got to the top and looked down, I was like, oh shit. I have got quite a bad fear of heights. And I was suddenly not so cocky. And I was like, how the F am I gonna get down? So, inserting clip of me about to wet myself laughing, and please note how I walk, because I walk like I've just beeped myself. So I'll let you enjoy that while this sets, and I will come back in 2 seconds.
Just walk like a normal person. Normal. I can't. Just walk like a normal person.
I'm not normal. I'm from London. We don't do this shit. Look at this stupid road. Oh,
the stairs at home are steeper than this.
I don't care, sir. Oh, guys.
Fucking hell.
My London friends have my back. You don't do this.
Toddlers and grandmas are overtaking you. Come on.
Just help me from this.
Just walk like a normal human being.
I can't. I'm not normal. What's that? This is abuse. This is domestic abuse.
Just walk like a normal person.
I'm not normal. There's a bloody... Hope you enjoyed that. I'm just going to use my makeup wipe to take foundation off my lips because it's an absolute pet peeve of mine. I hate it. And on my beauty spot as well. So for the eyes, on holiday, my top tip is to lay everything flat. As you saw at the beginning, my makeup bag, I opened it up. This makeup bag I got free from Look Fantastic with an order. It was just such the best bag for travel. So I lay everything flat, all the makeup in one section and all the brushes and the other stuff in the other section. And then as I'm using stuff, I just put it back and like then fold it up and go. Because obviously every day you're pretty much packing up, leaving somewhere. So for the eyes, you know me, I normally wear the Maybelline Colour Tattoo, that's the one, in either Socialite or Bad to the Bronze. But I do sometimes splash out and I use these little Bobbi Brown numbers. Now this pencil pen, this is a cream shadow. I don't use it as a cream shadow because I have oily skin, oily eyelids. I use it as a base for my powder to stick to so it doesn't get like creased or anything in the day. So Smoky Topaz is the perfect colour for my eyeshadow that I chose. Smoky Topaz is literally like a really pale purple, I want to say. It's not like, I'll show you. It's not brown, it's not blue, it's kind of purple. I'm gonna be bold and say purple. So I just sort of put that much on. I don't go too wild with it. And then I use a brush to blend out these sharp edges here. And then we've kind of got a base for what we're gonna do next. So funny, the one place that we stayed at for 3 nights, which was Hammerfest, on day 2, because we stayed in the hotel for more than 24 hours, I took the opportunity to wash my eye makeup brushes because you know me, I can't go with dirty brushes. So the palette that I chose for this holiday is the Dior House of Dreams palette. This palette doesn't look much, but oh my god, you'll see how beautiful it is. So I'm going to go in with this colour on the outer corner, and it's so pigmented, you literally just dab, dab, dab. And then I dab that in the corner. You know my routine, you've seen my get readies with me before. Bring it in, quarter of the eye, and it really deepens the crease and gives you a really good, like, dramatic base. Now this is for the day, like, you might not want to be as dramatic as this. I love me a good eye look, and you know, these photos we're taking from this holiday, they're going to last for the rest of my life, so like, you know, I'm going to look good. And I don't know if you saw this week's Kardashians, no spoilers, but Kim, and I'll use this brush to kind of blend it out, Kim Kardashian had to get her driving license photo renewed. She bought her entire glam team, shut down the DVLA, or the American version of a DVLA, shut it down, went there, got like the freaking studio lights, you know, like the hair, the makeup, out of control. Like, I was laughing so hard. So I'm gonna use this little brush from Natasha Denona. It came free in the Metropolis palette, and I'm gonna use this silver because it's just to die for. And then I'm just gonna flat pack it like that, back and forth. It's so this palette is so pigmented, and like I say, it doesn't look much when you look at it in the palette. It doesn't look much, but then when you apply it, you're like, holy crap! It's like game changer. When I posted this on my Instagram, a few people messaged me and were like, oh my god, one of my friends actually bought it from eBay. Good for her. It's a find. And then I'm going to use this like lighter colour. It has a shimmer, but I'm going to use it as a transition shade because it's not too like in your face. And I'm just going to lift my eyebrows up, tilt my head back a little bit, and then just blend it all together, just so it's kind of like a seamless blend with like a bit of a colour in there. If you wanted to, you could use a bronzer to sort of pull it all together, but honestly, as this look is quite cool toned, I'm just going to keep it as such, so let's just do that. Next, I'm going to apply my eyeliner, but I'm going to do it off camera because you've seen my application method on camera. If I've got some B-roll, I'll put it in. It's pretty shocking. I can't do it on camera. I have to have my mirror here, so I'll be back in 2 seconds. Job done. There we go. As always, Kat Von D tattoo liner in Trooper Black. The best liner in the world. I'm so bad at eyeliner, but this one is the only one that I can use legitimately, making an absolute mess of everything. Next, I'm going to do bronzer. Now, I took this one. This is the Pat McGrath Bronze Dawn Skin Fetish Bronzer. The reason I bought this one with me was because the mirror is already cracked from my last trip, so I figured, what the hell. And on with this one, I'm using the Illamasqua blush brush. Just sort of push my cheeks in and just sort of give a little bit of a... I just love this bronzer. Like, she had a sale on while I was on holiday. Thank you to everybody that messaged me because I got a lot of messages. And I did buy 2 more bronzers. I've now got like 6. But, you know, I use bronzer every single day. Like, it's not like I'm never going to use it. And having all the different shades available in my kit collection, whatever you want to call it, is so good. This Bronze Dawn, I'd say for the time of year, this is my favourite colour. It's quite sort of colourful, but because the powder is so finely milled, it just goes on like a powder and just gives you like a bit of colour. It's phenomenal. Like, legit my favourite bronzer I've ever tried in the world, ever. Brows next. Shock horror, the Hourglass Arch Brow. Oh god, I use the shade Warm Brunette. I love this stuff, and like I said, I used to use the skinny one, then I started using the thick one. Never going back now. Because my brows are, you know, slightly thicker than they were, you can see like the line where that kind of was, just effortless. Like, I don't have to apply any pressure to this. It just, it's about a bit far actually. I don't have to apply any pressure. It just glides on and then brushes through because it's really quite waxy. It's just the best. I have backups upon backups upon backups from when QVC put this stuff out on clearance. Again, thank you to everyone that messaged me, because I have about 6 of these now and never gonna stop using them, so that's great. And like I say, on holiday, just to get ready this fast is just the best thing ever. And I did do my full makeup because that's what I do. And like I said, the photos are going to last for years. Fair enough, most of the photos we were wearing sunglasses and things, because during the summer in Norway, you get the midnight sun, which basically means the sun never sets. It's daylight for 24 hours for like 4 months. And the sun in the morning comes up really high and it's really bright. And in the evening, it just comes down a bit lower. I'll insert some photos while I'm talking away and just brushing my brows through. But honestly, like, it's so weird because you feel really tired. You're in your hotel room with the windows, like the curtains open, and it's broad daylight, but you're like, oh, I need to go to bed. And obviously everywhere has blackout blinds. The entire place has blackout blinds. So you put your blinds, curtains across, or put your blinds down, and then immediately it's like, you just fall asleep. It's so weird and bizarre to get your head around. In my photograph, I forgot to include this, but I brought with me the Hourglass Elephant palette. And the reason I forgot to include it was I kept this in my handbag throughout the day so I could touch up if I needed to. But in this palette, I used the blushes, I used the 2 powders and the highlight. Sometimes I use the bronzer to like touch up in the afternoon. If I put the powder down over top, sometimes it can make it look a bit pale. So with this one, I mean, I fell in love with this blusher, the slightly paler one, because it has got the most insane sheen. Oh, you can see that. Look at that. It's like a highlight, blush highlight. I think it's a strobe blush. It doesn't say. Radiant Rose. Well, that makes sense, radiant, but I think it would be a strobe one. But honestly, and the pigment is just wild. So I did that, and then used the flat end of my Hourglass brush. If you don't own this brush, seriously, you need to, if you have any of these palettes. And then I'm just going with the highlighter with the corner of the brush and just sort of pop that there. Midnight sun, you've got to get that glow, you know what I mean? Because honestly, I have to say, the lighting in Norway was freaking amazing. Like, taking photographs at night when you've got that really low sun. Yes, please. Let's just do the powders to finish, which is what I did on holiday. Just kind of dab that on with the flat end of this brush. I just put the two together because at this point, like, when one runs low, it's really irritating. I mean, you know me, I've got like a million ambient powders anyway. So yeah, I'm trying to destroy the brows. I just think I've just gone completely over them. No, it's fine. So that was that. And then for the lip, I just decided on the day what I was going to go with. But the lip products I bought with me all matched this look. I hope you enjoyed that video and enjoy this look. This is 14 hours with one touch up before dinner. The Elephant palette by Hourglass is a godsend. All the palettes by Hourglass are a godsend, but this highlight, I mean, come on. Anyway, mustache. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Take care, guys. Golden hour. Check out this highlight. This is 10:30 at night. This is the most bonkers thing. I should be asleep by now. But I literally am just so awake because this weather. I mean, look at it. There's Stu. Look at him. Why is he like this? Why do boys do this? Why do they go down there? The most dangerous, most dangerous part ever. Like, he's my ride home. If he falls and kills himself, I'm not coming home. Look at him.